What's up, guys? How we doing today? So today on this week's show, Ask Ricky Live, we're going to be talking about mindset of a listing agent. We're going to get into you guys' mind. We're going to talk about how listing agents think, why they do what they do, and how they produce what they produce. So, okay, guys, we're back. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but I'm hoping we can ride out with this for the rest of the day. But anyway, I don't know what you guys caught or didn't catch, but welcome to the show this week. We're going to dive into the mindset of a listing agent. We're going to get into you guys' mind. We're going to talk about why listing agents do what they do, how they do what they do, why they produce what they produce. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to log in, and then we're going to dive into it. Let me check Facebook real quick, make sure we're live and we got people watching. Hope everybody's doing super well today. All right. There we go. What's up, everybody? Good to be here. Great to be with you today. It's raining down here on the beach today, so it's not the best day in the world weather-wise, but that absolutely doesn't change anything about what I'm doing. I do the same thing every day, regardless if it's raining or not. So I go to the office and grind all day, and then I turn around and grind all night. It doesn't matter because I'm not really getting out in the weather. If I do show some property or something, then, you know, I'll just wear a rain jacket, you know, go show property. Rain doesn't affect my work whatsoever. I know a lot of people, they will, you know, it'll be raining real hard and say, oh, I'm just not going to go to work. I'm going to just be lazy all day. I don't even think about that or the weather or anything else. So anyway, I'm just burning a few minutes to let everybody log on before I get into mindset of a listing agent. We're going to talk about, you know, why listing agents, how they do what they do, why they think what they think, and how they produce what they produce. So I had a little hiccup on the internet, but I think we're good now. You know, if you guys are watching this on the replay or listening to it, you want to join the live show each week, you can find us on the Facebook group 02 Diamonds, facebook.com/groups/diamond agents. So we'll be more than happy to have you there. So let me check and make sure, see what's going on here. What's up, Neil, Elisa, Silas, Maggie, Carol? Got us a nice little group today. So I'm just going to dive right into it. I want to talk about mindset of a listing agent. I want to kind of get through that. Please ask questions if you have them. If you have any questions, just type them in below the comments, and I'll be more than glad to answer them. So I am primarily a listing agent. 80% of my business is listings. I deal with primarily sellers. Okay, so I want to really break this down. I'm going to get really deep today. As a listing agent, you know, listing agents, if you look at all the agents across the country and across the world, more than likely all the highest producing agents are listing agents. 80% of their business comes from listings, right? On average. So, you know, let's break that down a little bit. You know, let's try to, you know, crack the code on what's working, what's not working, what the mindset is. Because if you really take note, a lot of the people who are just trying to survive, just trying to make it, who deal with a lot of buyers, they're working 2 or 3 times hard, or just as hard as these guys who are getting a lot of listings and who are the top producers and who are making 7 figures. So first off, I want you to know that I'm considered a listing agent, but I would never tell a client that. You know, people that sell mostly listings are considered a listing agent. You know, people that deal with mostly sellers. But here's the thing. You know, as a listing agent, you know, I didn't wake up one day and say, I want to be a listing agent or whatever. My mindset is I want to do deals and I want to multiply my time. I want to do what is most efficient. I want to spread my time out amongst plenty of deals. That way I can do lots of deals at once. That's the only way to really reach that high level of production. So, you know, as you're beginning real estate and you're fighting through and you're learning all this stuff and you make a lot of mistakes, you learn from them, you keep going and going and going, you eventually realize, or at least the top producers, the really high producers, they realize that listings are a time multiplier. You know, the greatest time multiplier in the history of real estate, listings. You know, listings, you get them, all the other agents are trying to sell them while you go get more listings. You can get another listing and throw it in your inventory of listings, and all the agents are trying to sell it. You can go get more and just keep piling up listings in your inventory while all the other agents in the market are trying to sell it for you, sell all of them for you. So I find this very interesting that, you know, there's a lot of, in today's technology world and all the crazy stuff that's going on, all the garbage and distractions out there, a lot of agents are getting sucked into this funnel of, you know, let's get buyer leads, you know, buyer leads. And it's now more so than ever. There's so much stuff out there. Well, here's the thing. Listing agents love buyers. Like, I love buyers. I have 2 or 3 buyers under contract right now out of my, you know, 10 or 20 under contract. I love buyers, but here's the difference, right? I don't go after buyers. I only deal with sellers as far as my marketing and my prospecting time is only directed towards sellers and owners. Okay, so how does that work? Like, how do you break it down for, you know, as a listing agent, but you love buyers, but you don't go after buyers? How does all that work? It works like this. As you're directing all of your attention towards trying to create relationships with owners so that you can get these awesome listings in the future, those people are buyers and sellers, right? So the people that own property, they buy property too. They may buy another one. They may upgrade what they have, sell what they got, upgrade what they upgrade, sell. They may downgrade, sell. They may just sell, move to another area. They may buy another property in addition to what they already have. So if you have an option to spend your prospecting and your marketing dollars and all of your time, your precious time of every day, if you have the choice to go after people who could be a buyer or a seller, or go after just buyers, why would you? How is that even an option? Like, how is that even a question of which one you're gonna go after? You know, owners are the highest quality prospect at any market at any given time because they can buy or sell. If they sell, then that's a listing. Listings are the greatest time multiplier in the history of real estate. If they buy, they're the highest quality buyer because they already own property. They're already educated as to what it takes to own property. You don't have to educate them on property taxes, insurance, all this stuff that you have to spend time educating first-time home buyers with. They already know all about it, and they already know what property they want. They know exactly how to buy it. They already know all this stuff. So what I'm trying to get across to you guys is, if you threw away all the parts of your business that involve getting buyer leads through internet, you know, etc., and just focused all of your energies on sellers, creating lifelong relationships with sellers, you're still going to run into all kinds of buyers. You're going to get mostly listings, and then you're going to get all these buyers on the side. I mean, isn't that what you guys would love, is to have a business that you get lots of listings and you get a few buyers on the side? You know, when you don't get buyers like me, when you don't have internet leads coming in and you don't have a bunch of buyers coming at you every day, it's really working with buyers is all, I love it. Like, if a buyer comes to me, it gets me excited because I don't get them very often. So I love it when I get one, right? And then I work that deal and I make it happen. You know, but if I'm getting buyers all day long, a bunch of BS buyers that most of them never buy anything. A lot of them never even call you back. That gets frustrating. Like that gets to a point where you don't ever even want to talk to a buyer again. But if you do it like me, concentrate on owners, when you do finally get that buyer, you're excited. You're ready to work with them. You're ready to help them find what they want to find. It's just a whole different world dealing with buyers that come from listing efforts. I mean, you also have your sphere of influence buyers, people you know. You have your past clients that may come back and buy. You have referrals. Referral buyers are the best because that means somebody thought enough about you to send a buyer to you. You can turn around and show that person how great of an agent you are and how much you appreciate them sending that referral. They'll keep sending you referrals. And of course, I'm going to deal with any buyer that wants to buy one of my listings. If I get a call on a sign or internet or somebody sniffing around on one of my listings, I'm all over it. I'm going to find out what I can do to try to help them buy that listing. I'm not going to force it down their throat, though. I'm just going to see if there's a fit. And if not, then at that point, I'll decide if I want to continue on with that buyer and help them find what they want or refer them out. So one huge thing with being a listing agent. Hold on a second, guys. Let me make sure we are. See what's going on my phone here. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Make sure we're all gravy. Oh, what's up, guys? Looks like we got a lot of people here commenting stuff. I just want to say what's up, and much love to all you guys. The Zero to Diamond family is here to stay. We're doing it so big. Big things are happening, and I just love all you guys. So I want to see you guys go to the top. And, you know, I would love it if all you guys beat me. I want to see you guys produce more sales than I do one day. That's my whole goal. I want to train somebody that beats me. So back to what I was saying, listing agents do not consider themselves listing agents, right? They're top producers that just understand that they got to multiply their time. Listings just happen to be that special thing that makes time multiply so easy. So a top producer recognizes that very early in their career, and they just start implementing, and they just go on a tear trying to get listings. And they just don't stop for anything. They get one, and they don't think about it. They go get another. They just pile them up, have a nice inventory, and they keep going. So, you know, when you do get approached by a buyer or a seller or anybody, right? I want to really get into the mindset of a top producer, listing agent. Any kind of situation that comes to you, you actually need to evaluate every single little situation. I don't care if it's a buyer or a seller or a trailer buyer or a $20,000 lot buyer or even $1 million buyer. You may not even want to deal with a $1 million buyer under the wrong circumstances, right? You have to evaluate every single situation and decide. You have to look at it in a time sense. Like, is this worth my time, right? What is this going to take away from me later? You know, that time that you use on something you decide to spend your time on is taking time away from something else that you could have spent your time on, and it better equal out. It better be worth it. And that's what listing agents are really good at. And I say listing agents, but what I really mean is a top producer. Listing agents love buyers. But buyers just aren't the most efficient way to spend your time if your business is focused around lots of buyers. Driving around town, never going to buy anything. That's okay if you do 1 or 2 a month and you sell one of them and the other one doesn't buy anything, okay? Because you spend all those other hours in the office grinding and grinding and grinding trying to make calls to get listings. And then boom, a buyer pops out instead. You know, you're shaking the bushes trying to get a listing and then boom, there goes a buyer, fell out instead. Whoopee! So really, really think about what I'm saying here. I want you to go back and listen to this show. I mean, it's just like all the rest of them, you know. I mean, I go on a rant about it, and at the end of the day, it's all about time. You know, the relationship between time and money. You know, like how you have to make decisions based on what's most efficient. It just happens to be listings are the most efficient. To take it a step further, listing agents are so infatuated with speed. Like top producers are it's like a Tasmanian devil kind of deal. Like they get so much done. They come in and they blow through so much production of contacts and just things that they're doing before lunch that most people just don't understand. A lot of low producers see a top producer walking through the office, and like the top producer's like sprinting through the lobby to get to his office to do stuff, and the low producer's sitting in the lobby eating a cookie talking about why is he running. And the whole thing is that the low producer doesn't understand is, okay, the high producer is making $1 million a year. Seems like he's doing really well in life, right? Cool. But here's the thing. If that top producer slacks up at all, he's not going to make that same $1 million next year. And that top producer knows that. So he knows that he's in a time crunch every single day to produce more and more and more to keep the momentum going. Momentum's huge in this business. And if you lose it a little bit, it's like falling off a cliff. You know, it's like you're going, and you fall off a cliff. You got to climb back up that mountain. And that's not a lot of fun. And a top producer has been to the top, fell down to the top, fell down. He knows what it takes to climb back up. And sooner or later, he realizes that once he gets momentum, he better do everything he can do to maintain the momentum. So let me see what we got here, guys. Man, we got a lot of people here today. Like I said, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm hoping that what I'm giving you guys some real value. I hope that what I'm saying really hits home for a lot of you guys. Listing agents are not listing agents. They're top producers. It just happens to be listings are the biggest time multiplier ever, so that's why they go after them. They're so infatuated with speed. They just want to go so fast all the time because they know that speed equals momentum. If you lose momentum, then you've lost everything. You got to climb back up the mountain again. So absolutely. Let's talk about buyers. You know, like when do you refer a buyer out? When do you keep a buyer? You know, stuff like that. Number one, I don't advertise. I don't get any internet leads at all. I don't do buyer leads. I don't do for sale by owners, expired, all that stuff either. Of course, all you guys know everything I do is focused around circle prospecting and dealing with my past clients and Spear. But as far as buyers go, okay, there's a couple of different kind of buyers that I will absolutely 100% of the time take every single time, no questions asked. Okay, if it's a past client, always going to take it. I don't care what they want, always going to do it. Sphere of influence, somebody I know, I'm going to go head over heels to the top, everything above and beyond for that person. If it's a seller that wants to buy something, that's my favorite type of buyer. These people already know what they want. They already know why they want it. They already know how to get it. It's like all they need is somebody to fill out the paperwork, drive them around a little bit, tell them it's going to be all right. So I love those. And when you treat a seller that wants to buy something, guys, this is an opportunity. This is a huge opportunity to show this owner how awesome of a buyer's agent you are, so that will in turn prove to them how great of a listing agent you're going to be for their property when they decide to sell. You know, if you treat them over the top as a buyer, think about what they're going to think about you being their listing agent. You know, they're thinking, man, if we list our property with Ricky, look at how he's going to treat the people that's trying to buy our property. This is what we want. We want our buyer. We want the buyers that's looking at our property to have this kind of attention that he's giving us now. So it's even if the seller is not like really ready to do anything, kind of be a little dramatic with it. Like go over the top to follow up and give them all the information and really kind of be there, not pressuring them, but just being there to show them how much great of a buyer's agent you are. That way you can in turn be their listing agent later. It proves to them how great of an agent you are, period, and solidifies the fact that you need to be their listing agent when they decide to list. And the last one is a buyer that wants to buy one of my listings. I'm absolutely going to go down that rabbit hole and try to figure out where that goes and see if it's a real deal or not, or what's going on, or maybe they are a real buyer that just isn't the exact property for them or whatever. So you know, or maybe it is. So I'm going to find out, and I'm going to deal with it accordingly. After I find out that that isn't the property for them, maybe I continue on with them. Maybe I refer them out. I have to make that decision on a case-by-case basis. I know a lot of you guys think that a lot of this stuff in real estate is black and white, but there's so much gray area going on. There's a lot of stuff that's just case-by-case. You can't say that this is the special equation, this is the way you handle every situation, because it's just not. It's all about experience, making mistakes, learning, getting better. And at the end of the day, it's just all about a case-by-case scenario. What's my best decision for time versus money, right? You have to be so good at developing your skill and understand the relationship between time and money. We only have so much time. So how do we have such high producers out there, and then we have such low producers, and it seems like they're both working just as hard? It's all mental. It's a mindset. And it's everything I just explained to you guys today. You know, because like I said, I'm not a listing agent. I'm a top producer. I love buyers as well. I like getting 80% listings and 20% buyers. It's the most efficient way to handle your business. Let me see what kind of questions we got today. Hope everybody's doing super well. Like I said, I love you guys. Zero to Diamond is here to stay. We're going to do this. Zero to Diamond it is really growing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, tell you the truth. What's up, Sharon? Jason? Donovan says, it looks like I'm hanging off a balcony. Yeah, I'm like sideways on a balcony, huh? Elise, hello, how you doing? I hope this is actually working, because, hold on a second. Anyway, I hope you guys got all this stuff. I don't know. I'm getting a poor reception here, but I do see some questions, so I'm just going to answer them, and I'm just going to hope that you guys can see me and stuff, because my phone is not playing you guys. So, okay, cool. Somebody said they can hear me. Awesome. My phone's not working, but I'm going to answer the questions anyway here. Elise Wallace says, what real estate database do you use? Looking for a good one, considering Realty Jugger. I hate saying this, guys, but I absolutely just don't have the whole CRM thing. I just don't do it. I'm not very organized. I know there is a lot to be said for organization, but I feel like I'm losing deals if I'm sitting around organizing stuff and trying to figure out what's what. I put all of my clients' email addresses into constant contacts where I send them emails. I have all my people in my phone plugged into my phone contacts and Gmail. You know, I use Mojo and RedX, so I have, you know, people's phone numbers in those two areas as well. So I don't have everybody like in one central location. I'm just not organized. I just want to know what I can do to help you. If I can help you, then what is it? Let's move forward with that. If I can't help you, let's stay in touch with your email. And then I start sending them emails, and then they come back to me when they get ready to do something. Well, what about the follow-up? How do you do this? How do you do that? Well, if my emails don't win them over in the long run, then I'm not going to get that deal. I just have to hope that my email wins them over. And if it doesn't, then I can't help it. I did all I could do, because I have to stay busy selling properties. I can't stay busy following up with every single person. Listen, guys, if you're going to be super huge, if you're going to like sell $1 million and make $1 million a year, if you're going to do $500,000, if you're going to have thousands of clients, there's no way you're going to call them all back all the time. There's no way you're going to keep up with when their daughter's graduating. There's no way you're going to keep up with their birthdays and all that stuff. There's some technology out there that will help you with all that stuff. But are you going to plug it all in? You know, like for me, plugging all that stuff in, that's fine. That may get you that deal. But I'm going to spend that same time that you guys are plugging stuff into your CRMs, getting more clients. And I feel like if my weekly email doesn't win them over, that's fine, dude. Lead conversion is a myth. It doesn't exist. If you plug all their stuff in, you know when their birthday is, you know when their daughter's graduating. Yeah, maybe you get an extra 2% on your conversion rate. It goes from 4 to 6% or something. Still very small. You still need thousands and thousands of clients. So to me, I'm not worried about that 2%. I'm going to let you guys have that. I'm going to go after more clients where I got a bigger, I get a small percent of a bigger pie. That's my quote for today for you guys. Smaller percent of a bigger pie. See what else you guys got today. Let's see. Adam, what's up, man? You did miss a lot, man. I really killed it there at the beginning. You need to go back and listen to it for sure. Mindset of a listing agent, guys. Richard, what's up, man? From New York. I love you, dude. He's in the house. Stephanie, what's up? She says she can hear me good. Glad you can hear me. Matthew Callahan says, in any industry, the principles you're preaching work 100% of the time. My business runs almost solely on referrals. That's good stuff, man. Good to see you, Matt. Adam says, I've noticed top producers are very unorganized and wing it a lot. Yeah, man, listen. Here's the thing about it, and I was talking to an agent about this earlier today. As far as all the paperwork and all the organization and all the processing and all that stuff, I'll be straight up with you guys because I'm as transparent as it comes. I half-ass all that stuff because I'm so focused on spending my good minutes on producing more relationships and maintaining the relationships I have. It's the people. Like you have to, get with the people and really help everybody do what they're trying to do. That's the name of the game, is to help everybody and to let them know who you are, what you're about, and help them get where they want to go. I don't half-ass that part of the business. I half-ass everything else. And so if you have tons of relationships and people that trust you and love you and want to deal with you, then all the other stuff will work itself out. The deals will come, the processing will happen, the organization. If you have people that want to deal with you in business, then you got a business. If you organize a bunch of stuff but don't have any people, you don't have a business. Okay, I got a question from Ayana. I think that's how you say your name. Okay, so if you need listings now, what's your best action to take? Awesome question. I don't know if you're in my program, the Zero to Diamond program, but I have a 30-day Jumpstart program. And it's designed to help everyone immediately start creating relationships, lifelong relationships with property owners. If you want listings, you have to talk to property owners. They're the ones that give you listings. No one else is going to give you a listing except for a property owner. I know this is Real Estate 101, but I'm just making a point here that to get listings, you have to get to know property owners that own properties that you want to list. So first you have to decide what type of property you want to sell. Okay, then you have to turn around and find all the content. It's all in the 30-day Jumpstart program. There's a 30-day Jumpstart program on ZeroToDiamond.com. Go there and sign up and start the 30-day Jumpstart program. It's very cheap, and I'll help you along the way. But you have to get to know property owners and start a lifelong relationship with those guys. You have to really get to know them, treat them like family, and do it over and over and over and over again to where you have thousands and thousands of relationships with property owners. There's no way around this. There's no hidden secret. There's no silver bullet. There's no magical formula to make this happen except for to start relationships with property owners. And also, I did a cold call session. I did 70 cold calls last week, and I taped the whole thing. I recorded it for you guys. A lot of you have already seen it. It's on ZeroToDiamond.com. Any member can watch it. It's me making 70 cold calls, and out of the 70 people, I talked to 15 people, and I got 6 email addresses. And everyone I asked for an email address gave it to me. Nobody turned me down. And I had 2 people that were semi-interested in selling. So out of 70 calls, which took me an hour and a half, I did it on, I got the numbers on Red-X, and then I plugged them in Mojo so I could triple dial them. And so I made the 70 calls in about an hour and 15 minutes. And I talked to 15 people. I got 6 email addresses and 2 hot leads. If you want to know how to make cold calls using my phone scripts and how to actually turn it all into a real business, go there and watch the video. It's right there for you. You know, and then after you do that, go do the 30-day Jumpstart program. But here's my point. When I'm making calls, I'm a master at making calls and doing this thing, right? But here's the point. My numbers are just about the same as you guys' numbers. I don't call 70 people and get like 4 deals out of it. I didn't get any deals out of it. I followed up with the 2 people that were semi-hot, and they're not interested. But I did start relationships with these people for future deals. It's all about future deals. Like you're not going to get anything right now. It's just not going to happen. You have to grind for the future. Now, what are you going to do to pay your bills right now? If you're grinding hard enough, you're going to run into deals now. Less than 1% of people do a deal with you when the first time they talk to you. Less than 1%. Let's live off that less than 1% until that 50% of people you talk to that like you enough to do business with you get ready to do business. Your job is to stay in touch with the 50% of people that like you enough to do a deal. They're just not ready. And stay in touch with them until they get ready to do a deal. Live off the less than 1% of people you talk to that are ready right now. You're going to get deals. If you're in the business and you're working, you're going to get deals. Deals just happen. My job is to create and maintain relationships, and that's all I focus on. Deals just happen. And I just let them happen. So don't get caught up in the deal thing. Let's get caught up in the people thing. She said, I got it. Gainer, what is up, my baby girl? Thank you so much. Adam says, should we call property owners in the highest price point or focus on average price point? I talk about this in my second book, List to Last, which is on Kindle right now. Fixing to be on paperback pretty soon. It's already changing lives and stuff, changing people's outlook on the whole world and everything. But there's a sweet spot in the market. Okay, there's a price point in the market that's the highest price point that sells the quick, has the best turnaround, turns around the best for the best price. In most markets, it's like 200 to 400 or something like that, right? For example, it may be different in your market. It may be, it may be 300 to 600 or 400 to 600 or 8 to $1 million. I mean, if you're in California where everything averages like 1.5 million to sell, it might be, 1 to 2 million. Wherever the sweet spot is, where most of the transactions are happening in the highest price point, that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on where the most transactions are at the best price point possible and focus right there for years until you've got consistent closings happening and you figured out this whole real estate thing. Then you can go tackle higher price points. What I would really like to see you guys do is hit that sweet spot, really hit that hard, and then dabble in the higher price stuff at the same time. Do a little bit of it. Really focus on the sweet spot because that's where your income is. You got to pay your bills. But dabble in the high price stuff. That way, at least you're planting seeds for the future. Okay? Because a lot of this stuff takes a while to develop. You need to start now. The longer you've been doing it, the better you're going to do. So keep that in mind. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. What's up, John? John Maskilo. What's happening, man? You checking me out? Hope you're doing all right, man. Everything's cool? Hit me up if you got a question. Jason says he can hear me. Let's see. Hey, Billy Hell, what's up, man? Billy asked me, how many email addresses should you shoot for per day, and have you ever used Cole Realty resources? I've never used Cole Realty. I've heard good and bad things about it, so it's whatever works for you the best. I like RedX and Mojo. I like RedX, they find the best phone numbers, and Mojo because it has a triple dialer. As far as emails go, when I called the 70 cold calls and talked to 15 people and got 6 email addresses, that was pretty good. So I don't really care, to tell you the truth, how many I get. All I really care about is how many calls I made. See, guys, if you get caught up with results and if you create your goals around results, you may be setting yourself up for either a disappointment if you don't hit your goal, or you could be setting yourself up, undercutting yourself, where you could have went higher if you had a higher goal for results. And here's the bottom line. You cannot control what the results are. You have no control over how many people give you their email address, how many people are going to answer the phone, if somebody's going to buy or sell something this year, if the market crashes. You have no control over what you're going to make this year. That's out of your hands. So why make goals around things that you cannot control? My point is, make goals around things that you can control, such as how many calls I'm going to make today, how many emails I'm going to do, how many postcards I'm going to do each month, how many hours I'm going to work. All that stuff that is based around you taking action, that needs to be what you base your goals around. Not how much money we're going to make, not how many emails we're going to do. You just need to crush your production. Crush how much you do. Don't worry about the result. The results are going to happen. If you do what you're supposed to do on the highest level possible and reach your full potential of what your production should be based on where you are, then your results are going to crush, right? And it may not happen this year. You may not get the results you want, but you did all the work you're supposed to do. It'll happen next year. It's all about planting seeds for the future. Base your goals around production and what actions you're going to take, okay, and make them massive. Right? And then turn around and don't worry about results. You do what you're supposed to do. The results will happen. Okay. Alyssa Wallace said, what recording device do you use? I want to record myself making the call. I usually make 100 to 300 calls in 3 hours, but then I'm too tired to do the listing presentations, so I have to send it out. Alyssa, are you telling me that you make calls and then you don't go on the listing presentations? Please let me know if that's what you're telling me, because that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. The listing presentation is part of the relationship. You're building relationships. You can't put anything off on anybody else. They want to see you. They want to get to know you. So as far as a recording device, right now I have Wirecast that I'm recording this with right now, so that's what I use to record. But you can use your webcam. Just record it right on your computer. Adam says RedX is working on a triple dialer. I do know that, and I am happy about that. What's up, Betty? How you doing, Betty? Hope you're doing all right. I don't think I've seen you sign up yet, but I know it's coming. Gainer says, what do you think about focusing on lower end properties because they are being ignored? And what do you think about becoming a premier agent with Zillow? Hey, what's up, Bo? I see you there, boy. Gainer. Okay, so number one, it doesn't matter if you deal with low end or high end properties. You need to find the sweet spot in the market. What's selling the best? What's selling the quickest for the most money? Up there where you're at in Fairhope or Daphne, I would say everything between 150 and 400 is where you need to be. I wouldn't worry about if properties are being ignored. Guys, listen to me. If you feel like you don't want to go after a subdivision or a complex because a lot of other agents are farming it, stuff like that, you need to build your self-confidence up a little bit. Because here's the thing. There's owners in there. 10 agents can talk to the same 100 people and get 10 different results because of personalities. Your personality is so unique. No one else is like you. Once you talk to a seller, they're either going to like you or they're not. People choose realtors based on that they like you or not. They don't pick you because you can put something in MLS or show them property. They pick you because they like you. So become very likable. Become very good at talking to people and being calm you know, when you're calm, cool, and collected, then they feel comfortable with you. If you feel comfortable, they feel comfortable. If you feel nervous and you act nervous, and then they start getting nervous about you. Now they're uncomfortable. So work on people skills. That's the main thing. Feel comfortable with people. Feel confident. Feel, you know, calm, cool, collected, and you're going to get it right back from people. And they're going to end up liking you, and they're going to end up choosing you as their agent. So I wouldn't worry about that. Go for the best price point. Don't worry about if something's being ignored by other agents. And as far as being a Zillow Premier agent, just don't look at my Zillow profile, guys. I have 2 reviews from like 10 years ago. One guy loved me, one guy hated me. I just found out about it like 2 weeks ago. I don't even go on there. I don't care about it whatsoever. It has nothing for me. All I care about is relationships with property owners. That's it. That's all I want. What's up, Chris? Man, it's been a while, dude. Got you asking me a question on here. Chris asked me, if you're a single agent with no assistant, just a transaction coordinator, at what point do you say I have too many listings to handle on my own, in a sense, and need to hire a listing coordinator assistant? It's different for everybody, Chris. For me, it was 30 listings. When I got 30 listings, that was the point where I absolutely had to get an assistant because I had so many showing requests coming in. So you may be able to handle 40, or it might be 20. Everybody's different for how much they can handle. For me, it was 30. So I don't, you know, me and you kind of seem like we're maybe on the same page. So maybe it's 30 for you, but it's whenever you feel the pressure on your shoulders that dealing with the listings is taken away from your time that you need to go create more business and it's costing you money, that's the point where you go hire an assistant to help you handle all the showing requests and listings and all that stuff. What's up, John Hamrick? John's one of our newest members on ZeroToDiamond.com. Just got his real estate license. Type in a question for me, John. Hey, Gainer, I see you're back. I answered your question a while ago. What's up, Jason Ellis? How we doing, big guy? Jason, I just finished my 2nd book. It's on Kindle. It's called List to Last. And if you like the first one, man, this 2nd one's going to blow you away. You need to check that out. Let me see if I missed any questions here. So good hanging out with you guys today. It's raining down here on the beach, but it doesn't affect me whatsoever. I go to the office and work every day. What's up, Tashay? Hope you're doing well. So I already mentioned the 2nd book that's out on Kindle, List to Last. Let's see, I've already mentioned the cold call video that I did, 70 cold calls last week. That's on there for you guys to watch, all the members. You can watch me how calm I am. There were people that wanted to get off the phone really quick, and I just handled it. I just got in there, and I still got the email address. So there's some really good stuff on that video for you guys, and I know a lot of you watched it and got a lot out of it. So this week I'm going to post a coaching call that I had about hiring an assistant. You know, about not hiring an assistant too early, not hiring too late, making sure you hire the right assistant, and all that good stuff. So that'll be on there. We're going to have another group coaching call Monday at 1 o'clock Central. All Zero to Diamond members are welcome to get on the call with me. It's a group coaching call, 1 o'clock Central, Monday afternoon. So I look forward to talking to you guys then. Gainer says, you're my lifeline. That is, I don't know. That just makes my heart melt. Let's just say that. Adam says, how are you rebounding after losing $1 million in deals? I forgot about it the second it happened. Actually, I'm kind of low. I'm under contract right now, the lowest I've been in a long time. And it's because I'm spending a lot of time with you guys, and that's really cool because, you know, I love it. It's not about the money. It's about people. But at the end of the day, I'm making a lot more calls this week because I am kind of low on. I've got a lot of listings. This has been kind of a slow summer. My listings are really high. I mean, I have plenty of listings. I just the market's slowed down a little bit, and then which it does every summer. And then I had a couple deals fall through on me, and then I closed a bunch of deals all at one time. So it's all good. I'm just going to keep moving forward, man. I've been here before, and I love it. I love it when I'm in a crunch where I don't have a lot under contract and things seem a little scary. I love that part of it because it motivates me. Like, that's when I get so motivated to start producing. So that's what I've been doing. I've just been producing. I've been making a lot of phone calls, calling past clients. I did those 70 cold calls. I haven't got much out of it, but I've got 3 listings I'm going to pick up over the next week that are already kind of lined up, and I'm looking for more. So our market will take off in the fall. You know, there's a spring rush and a fall rush, so that's right around the corner. And when that happens, I'm going to have all the inventory, and everything's just going to drop all of a sudden. So I'm showing a condo after this to some cash buyers for $450 that they're ready. This is the same condo they've been looking at for 2 months. This is their last look. They're going to buy that. And then this weekend, I'm showing condos like $350 to a guy that's already bought 2 condos from me. So I'm moving forward, man. I don't let it get me down. I mean, you have to find the positives in everything. When you lose a deal, it means you learn something, and now you have all this time back that you can go out there and crush it. So, you know, I'm taking it as when I lose something, it's motivation for me. Just to answer your question, man. It does hurt. Like it stings a little bit. Like if you watch the episode of the Daily Grind on that, you know, I kind of said something like I feel like I got neutered or something, but it hurt. But it's part of real estate. Losing deals is like part of the game. If you don't have a high pain tolerance to losing deals, you're not going to make it very far. Whenever you are in the middle of a deal, have in the back of your head realistically that this might not work out, but be positive on the outside. Say, yeah, this is everything's cool. You know, this is awesome. Even if it's a low offer, you know, it's like, great, let's get the offer in. Let's negotiate back and forth to see where we end up. I'm sure we can work something out. But in the back of your mind, it's like this, you know, every deal has a possibility of falling through. You know, it's just part of the game. So you gotta be ready, man. You gotta be ready. So Adam says what's up, Tim Newman? Dusty Cole, Jackson Mobley. Stephanie Smith says both books are fantastic and must read for agents. Thank you so much. Adam says he's losing left and right. So here's the deal, Adam. I want you to visualize yourself as the top listing agent in your area in the next 3 years, right? Know that everything that you're doing is so that you can kill it in 3 years. You're going to make a little bit of money on the way. You're going to survive. You're going to make probably better than survival. But everything you do needs to be geared around 3 to 5 years from now. You know, losing a deal is so micro. You got to think macro. You got to think about the big picture here. We're going for all time, guys. We're going for legacy. We're not going for 1 deal, 2 deals. Okay? Keep moving forward. If a deal falls through, quit spending your time in that area and go spend your time somewhere else. I promise you that there are deals going on in your market. I promise you that agents are closing deals around you. The reason you're not closing deals is because in your mind you're stuck on that 1 deal that fell through, or 2 deals, or 3 or 10 deals that fell through. Let that go and keep moving forward. That's the only way to get past anything. So be glad when you lost deals, because it means you were doing something. If you didn't have any deals to lose, then you're really in bad shape. You know, I lost 3 deals for $1 million last week. So it hurts. I get it. Keep moving forward. What's up, Mary Ellen? Lance Moore says, been listening quietly, but love your approach and info. Thanks, buddy. Lance Moore, actually, guys, is my editor for my books. So y'all can give Lance Moore a big shout out. Mary Ellen, my little cousin. Hope you're doing well, baby girl. Yeah, Adam, 1 in 3 are closing. Okay, cool. So if 1 in 3 deals are closing, then let's turn around and get 20 deals going so that we can close 6 deals, right? It's all math. The path is math. So turn around, if that's the equation, then turn around and let's get 30 deals going so we can close 10. That needs to be your mentality. If it's taking 3 deals to get to 1, let's do 30 to get to 10 right now. Lisa Wright says, I love when you lose a deal and then the next one on that property is even better. It's a challenge. Yeah, for sure. Every lost deal is not a lost opportunity. If it's your listing it fell through, you're still going to sell it. If it's your buyer and it fell through, that buyer may still be able to buy something else. They may get their credit fixed, to buy something later, or they may refer somebody to you because you did so good with them even though they didn't buy. Like, a lost deal is not a lost opportunity, guys. Adam, quit focusing on the deals that's falling through. Focus on the relationships. Those 3 people that 2 deals fell through and 1 closed, you shouldn't be worried about the ratio of how many deals are closed. You need to be worried about those people, like, did you take care of them? And do they love you? And do they care about you? Do you care about them? That needs to be your focus. The deals will come. Focus on the relationships with people. Yeah, focus on the relationships, because if you're transaction oriented, you're going to lose. If you're relationship oriented, you're going to win big. So don't worry about deals that fall through. Okay, if you lose a deal and then the person's pissed at you, then that's something to get mad about. But if you lost a deal but retain the relationship for future, then you've won. Yeah, so man, this has been a hell of a show. Let me tell you something, man. I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes if anybody has any other questions. Adam says, big shift from how I've been doing business. Comment, Adam, and not real long, maybe 1 sentence. Tell me what you're talking about, like shift from what you were doing to 0 to diamond, how I do stuff, or a big shift from closing a bunch of deals to some of them falling through. What exactly are you talking about there? I'd love to hear from that, and then I'd love to talk about it right here so everybody can hear what I have to say about whatever you're trying to say. But guys, also, I mentioned it a while ago, I'm doing a new show. It's basically like a documentary. It's a vlog. It's called The Daily Grind. Subscribe to my YouTube, Ricky Carruth. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ricky Carruth, and hit the little bell so you can get notifications. And watch my show. We're doing 2 a week. We're editing episode 5 right now. Episode 4 is already out. And it's a look into my life, day-to-day life, making phone calls, going to appointments, talking to people, deals falling through, closings happening, the beach, condos. It's everything right there for you on top of this show to help you understand that what I go through on a day-to-day basis. I'm doing the show to show you guys exactly what it takes to get where you want to be. So subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch that. I'm also posting on Facebook and stuff, but it's really awesome. So with that being said, my videographer, Blake, he's full-time now. We had him temporarily for a couple weeks to see if it would work out, and it's absolutely worked out. If you watch one of the vlogs, you'll see it's top-notch. This guy has everything it takes. We're both going to grow together. And so all you guys will eventually start getting to know Blake just like you know me. And it's just going to be a fun ride. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do this for years and years and years. So we're going to get better and better. And you guys are on the front end of this. You're witnessing history right now. So we're excited to be bringing that to you, to show you guys what I do on a day-to-day basis, to show you guys what it takes. I mean, this is no joke. This is my life. This is what I do. This is what it takes to get where you want to be. And so I feel like if I document what I'm doing and show you guys firsthand, then it's going to help you guys tremendously. So whatever I can do to help you guys get where you want to be is what I want to do. Adam says the Daily Grind Show is my new favorite show. It's going to be big because it's just really cool. The music, the dialogue, the content, it's just really good stuff. And we're getting better and better at it. So we're excited to be sharing it with you guys. So enough of that. Let me know if you guys have any other questions before I call it a day. This has been an amazing show. I feel so blessed to be able to share this moment with you guys and share my thoughts about being a listing agent and what it really takes to succeed, answer you guys' questions. This is a special moment in my life, to tell you the truth. What's up, Phyllis? Got Phyllis on the program. Hope you're doing well. Bruce, Carlin, my lovely bride-to-be is watching. Everybody give Carlin Overton a shout out. That's my new bride-to-be. Letitia Smith says, thank you, Ricky Caruth. Letitia is a Zero to Diamond member, and I want to see you do big things, girl. I want to see you tear it up. So, yeah, I'm going to hang out for maybe another minute or two, see if anybody has any questions, and then I got to get back to work. I'm going to go back to the office just so you guys know what I'm up to this afternoon. I'm going back to the office to finish editing this last episode 5 of the Daily Grind so we can post it tomorrow. And then I've got to, I'm going to research my business and see where I'm at with all my leads and what I need to follow up on and organize my day for tomorrow. And then I'm showing a condo at 8 o'clock tonight because the buyers want to see it at night to see what the view is at night. So that's going to be very interesting. Stephanie, what's up? Carol says, afternoon, Carlin. Have an amazing day. That's so sweet. We love you, Carol. We're going to come see you in Hawaii one day. We are coming to see you in Hawaii. Elise says, so my plan is to have a partner. I do the calls, which is easy, and have my partner do the listing presentation. Why do you think this is not efficient? Well, here's the thing. It might be efficient for you. Everybody does it differently. So I don't want you to confuse. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to make a debate with you. I want you to do what you feel like is best. And if it works, then I want to say good job. But just real lightly, not get into an argument. I like the idea because here's the thing. When you do what you're saying, you can probably make a whole lot more phone calls. And if you're making more phone calls, you have somebody going to listing appointments, then you could probably, in theory, produce more. Now, here's a couple of problems with it, okay, in my opinion. Number one is the person, your partner that's going on the listing presentations, number one, they got to be good. Like, they got to be real good. They got to be like above average. They have to be personable. They have to be good with the numbers, slick. You know, they got to be everything. So that's one thing, is finding somebody that actually has all the qualities you need to actually make this thing work, okay? But here's the other part that's more interesting to me, and that is that when people talk to you on the phone, they are beginning a relationship with you. They're starting this relationship with you, they know you, and then boom, you send somebody else to talk to them face-to-face. To me, that can be a little, I don't know, if somebody did that to me, they call me, we have a good talk, and then you send somebody else, that might work a lot of the time, but you're going to run into some people that think that's a little shady. Because, like, you know, I was talking to so-and-so, and then you threw somebody else off on me. You know, to me, it kind of waters down the situation. Whereas, if you have the talk with them, and then you go meet them, I feel like that it's far more stronger connection. And I'm all about the relationships. I'm all about connections. Production's great, but I think the stronger the relationship, the stronger your business is going to be. And I think if you do the listing presentations yourself in person, then I think you're going to have stronger relationships over time. Now, say you do it your way, and so let's say you lose just 5. Say you lose 5 people out of 100. Say you lose 5%. Okay, if you do it for years and years, and you know, let's say you do it for a year, and it's 1,000 people that you 1,000 listing appointments. No, you're not going to do that many. let's see, let's say we do, well, if you're going to be making all the calls and they're going to be doing all the listing presentations, let's say you get 2 or 3 a week, so that'd be like 150 a year. Okay, 5% of 150, that's 7, 8 people. And I think that's low. I think you probably lose a lot more than that by doing it that way. But it is a numbers game, and I do like where you're going. If you're going to do it with the numbers game and get a smaller percentage of a bigger pie, like I was saying, I do like that part. I just think on the relationship side, you're going to lose some, and that's just not the way I operate. But if you're going to do it, I'm excited to hear how it goes. Please keep us in the loop. Please let me know if you do this. I want to hear how it goes. I want to hear the results. I'm excited to hear about that. Carol says, do I do a profit and loss regularly? Are you talking about for my business and my personal financial situation and all that stuff? I believe you are. And let me know if you're talking about like my business and personal finances and stuff. I'm guessing you are. And if you are, then yeah, I don't do it. I have a CPA. I have a bookkeeper that comes to the office every 2 weeks that goes through our bank accounts and everything and organizes everything. And then I also have a CPA that actually files everything and looks everything over and stuff. So I can call them and get P&Ls on everything. I don't do it. I don't look at them. I barely look at them. I don't really look at them, to tell you the truth. I just make the money and just keep going. I look at my bank accounts. Like, I look at my bank accounts. What's so funny?
You said, I don't really look at them. I don't look at them.
Like, I look at my bank account. Like, I have online banking, so I look at that, and I pay real close attention there. But the P&Ls aren't that interesting to me. So there again, guys, here we go again. I'm not that organized. You know, that's just my personality. Keep the questions coming, guys. I'll hang out here for a while. I don't have to meet my other clients till 8 o'clock. So if you guys got any more questions, I'll be more than glad to hang out with you guys. What's up, Tom? How you doing, man? Hope all's well with you. We've been at this thing for a good hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, but we're still going. I discussed the mindset of a listing agent. Anybody who's listening now that didn't listen to the first part of this, you need to go back after it's over and re-listen to the first part of it, because I really dropped some nuggets about, you know, being a listing agent, you know, the theory behind, you know, why they think, how they do what they do, and how they produce what they produce. It's all focused around the fact that they're not really listing agents. They're top producers who just realize that listings are the most efficient way to spend your time. Okay, and they're super infatuated with speed. They get more done before lunch than anybody gets done all week. But furthermore, there's a lot of good nuggets earlier in this. Carol says, thanks. Our brokerage is always pushing us to keep a close eye. You don't look at your P&L. Just curious if you did. I'm more concerned with, you know, relationships and business. I watch my bank accounts pretty close. But there again, I don't look at every single charge. Like, I don't look at every little business charge I have. I just try to make decisions on what I need based on what I think's the best. And then I just move forward or don't move forward with, you know, in regards to little programs that cost me something, you know, $20, $30 a month or $100 a month, or, you know, how much postcards are going to be this month and stuff like that. Like, I can't tell you how much I spent on postcards this year, this month, last week. I know it's a lot. I know I spend $2 to $3 grand a month probably on postcards. Adam says, do you have a lot of sellers who sell several units at a time? No. I have had a couple sellers maybe sell 2 at a time or 3 at a time, but very rarely, super rarely. Most of the time, people that have multiple units, they're pretty smart people. That's why they're where they're at. That's, you know, they're super wealthy, so they have like several units. And most of the time, they want to spread that capital gains out over a couple of years. So if they have 3 units, they want to sell 1 this year, 1 the next year, and 1 the year after that. Most of the time, people don't want to sell everything all at one time because then they get really hit hard with the taxes. So most of the time, people with multiple units spread it out over a couple years. But I've sold a couple of times people who have multiple units, sold them all at once. Kind of rare. Guys, this has been super fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, 0 to Diamond for life. Here to stay. Second book's on deck. Third book's in the middle. I'm 2 or 3 chapters into it. I got a group coaching call Monday at 1 o'clock for all members. If you're not a member, you can go to ZeroToDiamond.com. And if you do sign up, there's a video. There's lots of videos, but there's a video specifically of me making 70 cold calls last week. So check that out if you get a chance. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you guys. I'm right here for you. So you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you next time. Until then,